Now it's like, an artistic masterpiece and a child comes and scribbles on it. Well, it defaces it, but you can still see the beauty shining through. And that's the Christian view of the body, that the beauty of God's handiwork still shines through.
The moment we talk about God being concerned with what we do with our bodies, God being concerned with our sexuality, people like Sam Harris will bring to the point, why is the creator of the universe, the one so majestic, so magnificent, why is he so concerned with what consenting adults do in their bedroom? What would be your response to a rhetorical claim like that?
Isn't it wonderful that God cares what we do? I mean, this is not a negative. This is a positive. God made us, our bodies, what we do with our bodies sexually is of great concern to him because we are of great concern to him. That's what, Love Thy Body is the title of the book because the whole point is Christians do care about the physical world because God made it. And what God makes is good. What God makes has value. What God makes has great significance. I think Sam Harris's question is a great example of how his view does not accord value and dignity to the body and to what we do with our body. The Christian world does in fact say, I'll pause a minute and say, a lot of people are mistaken on this because they think Christianity does have a low view of the body. I think that would be more common. People say, they think, the spiritual world is all that matters. The physical world doesn't matter. One of my students put it this way: growing up in the church, I was always taught body bad, spirit good. And I think that when I say that in my lectures, by the way, always the room goes, So that's a mistake. And that's what I'm in Love Thy Body. What I'm having to do is counter that misconception among Christians and help them to realize that we've lost touch with our own heritage, right? The early church was also born into a culture that devalued the body, just like modern secularism does, though for very different reasons. The early church faced philosophies like Gnosticism and Platonism, which treated this world as the realm of death, decay, and destruction. And therefore, the goal of salvation in Gnosticism, for example, was to escape from the body, escape from the material world. So Christianity was very revolutionary in this context because it said, no, this world is good. By the way, Gnosticism even taught that this world is so evil that the highest God did not create it. It was the creation of a lower level God, an evil God. So Christians basically said, no, it's a creation of the highest God, and he's a good God, and therefore creation is intrinsically good. And even though it's fallen, that does not negate its original goodness in the sense that, now it's like, an artistic masterpiece and a child comes and scribbles on it. Well, it defaces it, but you can still see the beauty shining through. And that's the Christian view of the body, that the beauty of God's handiwork still shines through. But historically, though, the greatest scandal of Christianity was the incarnation, because that meant that same highest God had entered into the material world and taken on a physical body. And that was actually even a more difficult message in the ancient world. And after, you might say he did escape from the physical world when he was executed on a Roman cross. But what did he do then? He came back in a physical body.
Yeah.
To the ancient Greeks, this was not spiritual progress. Who would want to come back to the realm of the body? So that's why, as Paul puts it, the concept of a bodily resurrection, it was foolishness to the Greeks, as Paul puts it in 1 Corinthians. And by the way, and there's more, at the end of time, what's going to happen? God's not going to scrap the material world as if he made a mistake the first time around. Right. He's going to renew it and restore it and create a new heavens and the earth. And that's why, from the beginning, the church has affirmed the resurrection of the body for all of God's people. This is an incredibly high view of the body. There is nothing like it in any other religion or philosophy.